Hi, my name is Jasmine Butler,
Hi, my name is Brittany Morales.
Hi, my name is Ryan Moreno.
and today my group will be presenting the dangers of polio and how a vaccination can prevent irreversible consequences. Today we'll be introducing the virus polio. Polio virus is a single-strand aggressive RNA virus that invades your nervous system, which affects your cognitive and motor skills. Once the RNA virus is inside, it flows through your bloodstream.
The polio problem. New health concerns and a stigma around the vaccine led to a drop in the polio vaccination rate, with some states such as DC having an 80% rate, 13% lower than the national average. Less vaccinated kids will only lead to more infected in the event of a polio outbreak.
Some statistical information about polio. Once you've come in contact with polio, it takes 3 to 6 days for the virus to start manifesting and 7 to 21 days for paralysis to onset. It largely affects children under 5 years old, which is why it's important to protect your children against this. If not, it could lead to paralysis and death. 1 in 200 infections lead to irreversible paralysis. Among those who are paralyzed, 5 to 10% die when their breathing muscles weaken.
The most common transmission route for the poliovirus is through fecal oral, which primarily occurs on locations with poor sanitation, such as accidentally touching poop or not washing your hands after using the bathroom. In addition, polio can be spread through an oral situation, such as from coughing and sneezing, which spreads through infected droplets. The poliovirus is a small single-stranded RNA virus that belongs to the enterovirus subgroup, which replication of the virus first begins through the entry into the individual body. Once inside, the virus attaches itself to a receptor on the host cell. This prompts it to release its RNA and begin translation using the host cell. This prompts it to release its RNA and begin translation using the host cell. From there, the viral RNA is replicated, which then is released in the form of new variants and are off to infect other cells. Symptoms of the virus are displayed along the slide, and they consist of fatigue, fever, sore throat, headache, nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, muscle spasm, weakness in arms and legs. Polio is a very serious virus that causes very severe complications, such as inflammation of the brain and spinal cord, also known as meningitis. In addition, the most critical consequence associated with the poliovirus is paralysis, which immobilizes the individual, leading to permanent disability and eventually death. However, despite all these serious and deadly consequences, all can be prevented with the help of vaccines. It is strongly recommended and encouraged that individuals vaccinate their children in particular to help protect them from this deadly disease. The polio vaccine protects individuals by stimulating the body's immune system and prepping them to fight the real virus. The polio vaccine helps the body get ready by creating antibodies that will help prevent the virus. The vaccine is very effective, such as that it provides strong protections against paralysis and other severe complications. In addition, sanitation also plays a crucial role in preventing polio by disrupting the virus transmission route. Good sanitation practices, like regular hand washing with soap and clean water, help remove the virus from hands after contact with contaminated surfaces such as the toilet seat. Since polio is a viral infection, there is no specific medication to kill the virus like there is for bacterial infections. In other words, there is no specific cure for the poliovirus, and due to the great severity and irreversible damage that the disease causes to the human body, it's important to emphasize prevention and vaccinations.
In conclusion, vaccinate. The only way to protect yourself and others is by getting vaccinated. No one wants another outbreak, especially one with worse symptoms.